Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to finish the research on our North Carolina animal. On your screen right now, you should see the document that we're going to use today. We have two things left to do. The first part is communication. We're going to try to find some information using Pebble Go and Epic Books on how our animal communicates. Does it tweet or sing songs? Does it hiss? Does it growl or roar? Does it make a chattering sound? Those are some of the information that we're going to try to find today. You may be able to find that information using these materials, and you may not. So we're not going to worry about this section if you can't find anything. Having said that, you should still go in and read the books and try to find that information. And then the last part that we're going to do is cite the resources that we used. It's very important when you do research using other people's published books that you give them credit for all of the work. We are taking information from books that other people wrote. They did research of their own in order to write that book. So we need to give them credit. I'm going to show you step by step how to do the resources. This bottom part here where that says resources, you need to make yours look exactly like mine, only using the titles of the books that you used. Okay, we're going to go in and do communication first. So I'm going to switch over to the Cardinals book in Pebble Go. And I'm going to reread the page and see if there's anything talking about how they communicate or noises that they make. So it tells me cardinals are songbirds. It tells me how tall they are, that they have a crest on their head, and that they're bright red and the females are grayish brown. So that songbird is a little bit of a clue, but I'm not getting enough information. We're not going to find that in the habitat section. We're not going to find it in the food section, and we're not going to find that information in the life cycle information either. So I'm going to click on fun facts because I remember yesterday that the second fact in Pebble Go was cardinals make more than 25 sounds. That's a good piece of information about how they communicate. So I'm going to go over to my document. I'm going to click on it. It's going to bring this up, and I'm just going to say cardinals make more than 25 sounds. So far, that's what I've learned. I'm typing it right into my document to make it easy. Today, I'm using this format because I just wanted to show you how the bottom part should look. All right, so now I'm going to go into Epic Books. I'm going to bring up those books that I've been listening to or reading about my animal, and I'm going to see if they say anything about how cardinals communicate. And I'm going to need Epic Books for the resources part because we have to name the author and the title of the book that we use to give those people credit. All right, so here we are, cardinals. Cardinals are songbirds. Their song, sounds like a whistle. Well, that's an interesting part about the way they communicate. They tweet out a song and it sounds like a whistle. So I'm going to say songs sound like whistle. Okay, let's keep reading to see what else we can have. Both male and female cardinals sing. Mates often sing near each other. So that's just one way that they know that they are together. They sing to each other. So mates sing to each other or near each other. I'm going to add that. Mates sing near each other. And I'm sure, even though this book doesn't say it, that helps other cardinals know that they're in a cardinal's territory and that they should beware and maybe stay out of it. All right, let's continue on. If there's anything else in this epic book about how they sing. This talks about their colors and their beaks, the crests on their head, where they live, what they eat, taking care of the babies. So that's it in this book about how the cardinals communicate. So now I'm going to click back to the main menu, go down to the other book that I was using for my research, get to the front page. All right, so let's see. So this is talking about their colorful birds that love to sing. So I can add that. They do like to sing, and I might put that right up at the top. Love to sing, and then make more than 25 sounds. Songs sound like a whistle. Mates sing near each other. All right, let's see. Talks about Central America and their habitats, the food that they eat, their wingspan. This talks about their beaks and their colors. This gets into nesting. And this talks about the baby chicks. So that's it. That's all the information that I can find about my animal and how they communicate. And I have some pretty good facts. They love to sing. They make more than 25 sounds. Their songs sound like a whistle, and their mates sing near each other. So I can hit save and close on this document, and it's going to put all of it right into that spot. And now I am done with communication. You might not find out any information about the sounds that your animal makes or how they communicate with each other, and that's okay. You should still definitely go in and try. This reading can count as your read to self time. All right, now we're going to come down to the next part, and we're going to go and talk about the resources. This is, again, where we have to cite the evidence that are the resources that we use to gather our research. So the first one we're going to use is Pebble Go. So I typed in Pebble Go, and then I put a comma, and I typed in the address, www.pebblego.com/cardinals. So when you go in to do this, you're going to type in Pebble Go, just like I did. Then you are going to type in the address, slash, and whatever your animal name is, and then you are going to put this date, May 4th, 2020, because that's when we started using that resource to gather our information. Now I'm going to go down to the next one. I need to go into Epic Books this time. Now I have to write the name and the author of this book. So right here, it says Northern Cardinals. That's the title of this book by Megan Borgett Spaniel. So I have to write that information in here. So I'm going to come back over here. Northern Cardinals by. Now make sure, because we're writing a title here, notice I did capital N for Northern, capital C for Cardinals, and then I'm going to go back into Epic to look at her name again, Megan Borgert. And then each of her names has to start with a capital letter because they are a capital. Oops, I think I might have misspelled it. Yep, I did. So you have to be very careful when you're doing this to make sure you spell the title correctly and the author's name correctly. It might actually help if you get a notebook out and you write that information down first, and then you go to put it into the document or into Seesaw. All right, so I use one more book in Epic Books. So I need to go back into Epic Books. I'm going to click on that first book that I was using. I'm going to go back to the title page because that gives me all of the information that I need right here. So the title of this book is simply Cardinals, and then the author's name is Leo Stats. So I'm going to go Cardinals by Leo Stats. So this is what you have to do for the resources section. Pebble Go should be exactly like I have mine written here, except you'll do / the name of your animal. And then you have to write the title of any books you used in Pebble Go, or in Epic Books, I mean, and then tell me who the author is. So I use Northern Cardinals by Megan Borgert Spaniel, and then I use Cardinals by Leo Stats. That's all I have to do for this section. It is really important that we give credit where credit is due, and we allow people to know where we got our research from, so that they know we didn't just make up this stuff, that this is true information about the animal. If you have any questions today about this, please come to my office hour, even if you're not in my class, or go see your teacher if you're more comfortable talking to Miss Ballard, Miss Suffrage, Mrs. Hess, or Miss Geese. Either way, we need to make sure this part gets done. Tomorrow, we're going to take a break from doing a little bit of research, and we're going to be exploring the habitat of our animal a little bit more. I have been very impressed with the work that I've seen so far, boys and girls. Keep up the good work. I will see you tomorrow.